So hi guys, today our team is going to be discussing about three main companies being Padini Holdings, Bonia Corporation and Prolexus Berhad. So I'm going to be talking on what are the core businesses of these three companies. Their core businesses, all three are the same, which is producing garment. What makes them different is the type of market and the different ventures they have broke into. So for Padini, they are targeting all-rounder, so marketing from children's to elderly people, whereas Bonia is targeting the luxury market. They have set a brand in such way, and Prolexus are more focusing into sportswear. But at the end of the day, all three comes down to garments. Producing garments is their core business. Okay, so next let's talk about the owner or the founder of these companies. So first let's look into Padini. Padini was founded by Mr. Yong Pang Chuang. He is the founder and the managing director. His story is that he left after secondary school. He joined a textile company in Singapore and he came back to Malaysia in 1971 to open Padini. Now Padini is known in across 16 countries and under 9 fashion labels. Okay, now currently both of his sons are the executive directors in the company. So you can say it started off as an individual company, individual owned company, moving it to a public, and his family runs the business as well. Okay, whereas Bonia was founded by Mr. Seng Sem Chiang. He is the CEO and executive director and founder of the company. He is the chairman from 1994 up to 2018, and then Bonia announced that from 1st September he would just be the founder and there would be a new CEO in line. But after a few months follow up, Bonia gave out a statement saying that Mr. Sang Sem Chiang will be continuing as the CEO and executive director as well. So let's talk about Prolexus company. Prolexus company, the chairman is Ahmad Mustafa Ghazali. He's been appointed by the board on 6 September 1993 until now. Okay, and the thing about Mr. Ghazali is that he is a fellow of the Association Chartered Certified Accountant UK, and he has previously attached to an international accounting firm as the partner and has more than 30 years of experience in statutory audit, financial reporting and corporate finance. This is his core. Let's talk about ranking these three companies in three different ways, which would be sales, advertising and marketing, and profitability. So in sales, ranking them, number one would be Padini, second would be Bonia, and third would be Prolexus. In this category for sales, Padini and Bonia are almost near each other, but still Padini is higher, and left behind will be Prolexus. Now let's talk about advertising, making Bonia number 1, Padini number 2, and Prolexus number 3. Well, this is why, because advertising for Bonia is worldwide, international, and you can see it from TVs up to billboards and even at airports. Whereas Padini is also well known, it's a very familiar brand in Malaysia right now. You can see in every mall, but not as wide as Bonia, and following third by Prolexus. And for the third category, we talk about profitability, which puts Padini in number 1 again, followed by Bonia and Prolexus. But in this, Padini stands way ahead than Bonia and Prolexus, being almost near to each other.
So the next thing that we are going to look into is the inputs that the company has to produce its product or services. There are two types of inputs that a company faces, which would be variable input and fixed input. For the company that is in our case study, which is Padini, Bonia and also Prolexus, which are garment companies, they are creating clothing. So variable inputs would be inputs that can be changed in a short period of time, in the short run. Different types of variable input would be labor and also materials. If the company decides to increase or decrease their product, they can hire or terminate workers or part-time laborers to help with the production. Likewise, in order to increase the production or decrease the production, you would have to increase the materials needed to produce the clothing. So that would be for variable input. Moving on, next would be fixed inputs. Fixed inputs are inputs that takes time to change and cannot be done immediately. In other words, these changes would take time in the long run. Changes like this, they can help to increase or decrease the quantity of the product or the clothing produced by all three companies would be capital, land and buildings. That are the four different types of fixed inputs a company has. In order for the company to expand its market and increase production, the company would require to purchase more equipment, a land to build its factory on, and the building itself. So this would take a longer period compared to variable inputs, which can be done in a short period of time, like 1 month, where else this would take more than a month, so it's considered as a fixed input. So these are the different types of inputs all these three companies has and will face in order to increase or decrease its quantity of the product. Thanks.
On to the next point, I'll be talking about how does all three companies compete with each other and how are the business strategy done by Bonia Corporation, Padini Holdings and Prolexus Berhad. Each three of them are special in a way. For Bonia is a value owner, for Padini is a value seller, and Prolexus is a value manufacturer. Going in depth to Bonia, Bonia does branded premium men and ladies apparel, clothing, and leather bags. This targets more to higher age of group, 35 and above. For Padini, Padini grabs various groups of clothing for all ages, whether it's for infant, for children, for teenagers and for adults. They are often famous for their yearly clearance sale, which is usually 3 times a year to 4 times a year. That is where they get their maximum profit. In comparison with the other two brands, Bonia Corporation and Prolexus Berhad, Bonia on the other hand, it attracts elderly age group of 35 years old, average age group, and its location is usually at a high-end shopping mall. It sells the finest imported leather and good and long-lasting quality bags plus leather wallets for both men and women. Moving on to Prolexus. Prolexus on the other hand, it's a outdoor clothing brand which is supported by Nike, Converse, Gap, Under Armour and many other sporting brands. Its peak sales would go during the sports season such as Olympics, World Cup and seasonal sports sales. Marketing ventures are different from Bonia and. As a conclusion from here, it is clear that all three brands, Bonia Corporation, Prolexus Berhad and Padini Holdings, compete with each other in different ways and products to achieve the same target to sustain in this clothing industry. However, each one of them has its high and low during seasonal times in order to gain maximum profit in this industry.
Hi. Next, we are going to see what type of competitors of these three companies are. We concluded that Padini Holdings, Bonia Corporation and Prolexus Berhad is a monopolistic competitor. Monopolistic competitor is a market structure which is combination of elements of monopoly and competitive markets. In detail, monopolistic competitors are a large seller selling the products that are similar but not identical and compete with each other on other factors besides prices. Padini focuses on men, ladies and children's garments, maternity wear, shoes and accessories, while Bonia Corporation focusing on manufacturing, marketing, retailing and distributing luxury leather wears, and Prolexus Berhad, leading manufacturer of high quality sportswear. They are specializing on casual sportswear. So this is what makes them different from each other. Next, we are going to see what does each company do well and not do well. For the positive side, Padini sells variety types of men's and ladies outfits, and their sales promotion not only on any occasions but throughout a year. Then Bonia Corporation focusing on people who more concerned on branded products. Their targeting customers are upper class and upper middle class people. Lastly, Prolexus Berhad focusing on sports persons. Their targeted customers are who are athletes. On the negative side, being what they are not good at, first, Padini, they are less focusing on sportswear compared to others. At Padini, don't have many choices of sportswear brands. Second, Bonia failed to cover middle class and lower middle class customers. Lastly, the lack of sports items and accessories at Prolex might be a drawback to the company.
We were the CEO of the companies. The things that we would do to boost our sales and profit is first by taking advantage of mobile advertisement. So mobile advertisement is basically on apps such as Facebook and Instagram that is widely used by people. So in this way, we can reach many people in a short amount of time. So secondly, we would like to take advantage of the cashless payment. So cashless payment will actually ease the customers to make payment and also to purchase in a faster amount of time. So the payment methods that we used is Touch and Go e-wallet, Boost, or even GrabPay. So thirdly, we would like to use customers' creativity and everything by allowing them to make custom-made clothing that would be exclusive, and it could be gift to loved ones. See the corporate side of improving the company. So we can do this by improving the company's culture and taking up new things to enhance the company's values, aligning with the business direction such as honesty and integrity and so on. And lastly is to build a stress-free environment for the employees to work, where this would actually give a boost in employees' performance and also allowing them to work in a clear mind. Thank you.